What if I told you that the real reason most traders fail has nothing to do with strategy, charts, or indicators, but everything to do with what's happening inside their mind? Imagine two traders using the exact same system. One consistently profits, while the other keeps blowing up their account. Why? The answer lies in mindset, not mechanics. And that's exactly what Mark Douglas reveals in his game-changing book, Trading in the Zone. In today's video, we're diving deep into the timeless lessons from Trading in the Zone, the book that has shaped generations of traders. Whether you're into stocks, crypto, forex, or even just trying to manage risk in life, these principles will transform the way you think about decision-making under uncertainty. Mark Douglas makes a bold claim. Success in trading isn't about predicting the market. It's about mastering your own mind. Most traders lose not because they lack knowledge, but because they can't handle randomness, losses, and uncertainty. Trading in the Zone teaches us how to build the psychological edge that separates professionals from amateurs. Stick around, because later in this video, we'll explore the 5 fundamental truths of trading. And I promise, the last one will completely change how you see risk, not just in trading, but in every part of life. Lesson 1. The illusion of certainty. Let's start with the biggest trap. The illusion of certainty. Most traders secretly crave being right on every trade. They believe if they just study more charts or find the perfect indicator, they'll finally beat the market. But Douglas reminds us, markets are uncertain by nature. Every trade is unique. No setup guarantees profit. Here's the shift. Professionals don't try to be right all the time. They aim to execute consistently, knowing probabilities play out over a series of trades, not one single trade. Think of it like flipping a coin. You might get 3 tails in a row, but over 100 flips, the odds even out. Trading works the same way. Quick question. Do you focus more on being right or on following your system? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to know. Lesson 2. The 5 fundamental truths. Now let's talk about the backbone of the book, the 5 fundamental truths of trading. If you truly internalize these, you'll never look at the market the same way again. Anything can happen. You don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. There's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given set of variables. An edge is nothing more than a higher probability of one thing happening over another. Every moment in the market is unique. Notice how freeing these truths are. Instead of fighting uncertainty, you embrace it. You stop needing to control the market and start controlling yourself. And here's the surprising part. Once you stop obsessing about outcomes, your consistency improves. Strange, right? But that's the paradox Douglas reveals. Lesson 3. The real enemy, fear. If you ask most traders, they'll say their biggest problem is losses. But according to Douglas, the real enemy is fear. Fear of being wrong, fear of losing money, fear of missing out. Fear clouds judgment, makes you hesitate, and causes you to break your own rules. Think about it. Have you ever moved your stop loss just because you didn't want to admit defeat? Or jumped into a random trade because you feared missing the move? These emotional decisions destroy accounts faster than any bad strategy. If you've ever let fear take over your trading decisions, hit that like button. You're not alone. Douglas says the solution is developing a trader's mindset, seeing losses as part of the game, not personal failures. Just like a casino doesn't cry over a losing hand, traders must accept the randomness built into the business. Lesson 4. Thinking in probabilities. Here's where everything clicks. Thinking in probabilities. Professionals see trading like rolling dice. Each trade is just one of many. No single outcome matters. What matters is executing edge after edge, knowing the law of large numbers will do the rest. When you think this way, fear disappears. You stop overvaluing each trade and instead trust the process. Imagine how liberating that feels. No stress, no attachment, just execution. And in just a moment, I'll share the exact identity shift that transforms ordinary traders into true professionals. Lesson 5. Identity shift. Becoming a probabilistic thinker. Douglas argues that real success isn't about what you do, but who you become. To trade in the zone, you must shift your identity from someone trying to be right to someone who executes probabilities without attachment. This identity shift is powerful because it changes how you feel about wins and losses. A loss doesn't threaten your ego. A win doesn't inflate your pride. You stay neutral, steady, and consistent, just like a casino operator. And that neutrality is what unlocks long-term profitability. So, how can you put this into practice today? Here's a simple action plan. Journal your trades, not just results, but your emotions. Define your edge clearly. What setups you trade, why, and when. Risk small so losses don't trigger fear. Remind yourself daily of the 5 fundamental truths. Detach from outcomes. Your goal is consistency, not perfection. If you do this for even 30 days, you'll notice your relationship with trading, and maybe even with risk in life, completely transform. Let's recap. Trading in the Zone isn't a book about strategies or secret indicators. It's a book about mastering yourself. The key lessons? Accept uncertainty, embrace probabilities, control fear, and shift your identity into that of a professional, consistent trader. Which of these lessons hit you the hardest today? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. And if this video brought you value, give it a like so more traders can discover it. And here's the exciting part. If you found these insights powerful, wait until you hear what Gary Keller reveals in The One Thing. That's the book we're covering next, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and remember, the market isn't against you. Your mind is your greatest edge. Trade smart, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next one.